All right. Another, another sleep turning over stones at the old Delta Harvest. Two belay stations for parts. A good catch. That should be enough to reopen the route to the old cape. Otherwise, it's all smooth sailing. A couple of old lanterns. I think I can survive. Folks used to throw this stuff away. Oh, I finally caught an old knitting machine for Eno. He's been asking for one for a cycle. It's not in great shape, but we should be able to tinker with it. Still not sure how I'm going to haul it up to low tide, though. Not to stop doing business with Ram. All he does is dismantle my discoveries and sell them for parts in the heights. Claims to be a repairman, but he's nothing but a foam salesman. That's what. Nope. Yikes, how's things at the summer? Business has been slow at the restaurant. Almost no one comes to the last music night. Even though the people are climbing down from all over, I know we don't play the shows anymore, but still. I was thinking that adding scaffolding to the side of the upside down cliff might help steer past flies this way. I miss seeing a packed patio. Can you take care of it? I checked with low tide and everyone agrees. Hey Molus, these things happen. I hope one day you'll ask me to do something besides taking boats apart to make ladders. Like I'm free for a romantic dinner for two. Anyway, I'm glad I'm all good for your scouting since the village approves. I don't have much what to choose from after that new path to the plane I had to build, but I still have a wreck or two left over. I'll get to it when the current's allowed. I1 thinks you're the best, by the way. Do you ever run into old Sonia? I think she's rummaging around in your air right now. If you see her around, do you mind telling her I need a new hob for my oven? Mine's taking on water in the meantime. Set sail for the restaurant. I'm not sure how romantic we'll be, but we can always share a half-cooked meal. It wasn't until I started my shift to prepare for the crossing that I realized it's my last crossing to supply Familia. After that, folks have to make do with what they have, but I wouldn't give for things to go back to the way they were. Seeing smiles on people's faces, the little ones climbing the cliffs and diving into the waves, and us water fishers learning to fish again. Oh. All the things the old folks tell us about sleep after sleep. But enough with this yearning for old times. I got a desert to cross and a caravan to prepare. It's not going to prepare itself. Gone to the heights task to extend the site with the boss. Gone the wind's gone out of the sails. When it comes to digging, it's not such a bad thing. Lifting boxes, crates, and barrels is my area of expertise, but shifting the old stones at the slightest pitch and rolls, everyone's knee starts quaking. Anyway, I was just getting used to the idea of working with it. Archaeologists make myself used to again, and already the work dried up. I doubt it'll start up again. I don't say how we can move forward. How about you? How are things in low tide? Is Dee Dee still refusing to go to school? My love, I'm so happy to hear from you. Miss you so much. Dee says I'm homeschooling her and I'm very much out of my depths. Do you remember the name of all the regions of the tower? I don't remember learning that. I give Dee a homework assignment about the old altar to keep her busy for a while. She's supposed to copy the design. I end up going with her. It's been ages since I last ventured behind the village. I've forgotten how dark it is, but you know, Dee, she's gutsy and she enjoys diving into the past just like you. Speaking of which, have your archaeologists finally found out how tide works? They've been digging for a while now, get it? Do you know when you'll be able to come back up here? Alright, so... Nope, alright. Ironically, must have cast off for who knows where. I went back to the postal relay, still no water. Surprise, surprise, Ellen and Faze are still sorting through everything by hand, and I've gotten roped into helping with deliveries. Me on Pebbleback. You can imagine what a sight that is. Even I'm laughing at myself still. Why not? It's a fresh start and quite like seeing the world as the meals come in. Well, it would be nicer if this damn pebble would just change course when I ask it to. I'm telling you, stubborn, worse than old Yom. Honestly though, what a nightmare, and I'm going to miss the tide at this rate. I left your mail by the door. Hey Bronco, how are things down there? Here your boss sailed off into the horizon, good riddance, and I would like to anyway things here at the hut. Pretty quiet, not many people stop by these days, a seasonal job here at home more seasons. I'm starting to get bored, you can tell because I'm started to scratching letters. Tell me something to distract me, won't you? Oh, I'm so glad to hear from you. Yeah, I'm about as useful as a buoy on dry land, but no surprise there, you've been gone for a long farewell, so maybe you don't know, but everything here is closed except for old No's shop. He's still raising his chacos. Bosses tried to convince him to leave with them. Remember Bossa, the little tear at the back of the classroom? They got caught quite a gale. It was amazing. No one dared to try again since. Do you think they're going to keep you on if people stop coming by? You might be seeing more folks. Soon, though, I came across a classified ad. They're mounting an expedition to explore the crow's nest. I like that, but going off on an adventure with strangers, Oh yeah, I heard about that. Heading for the clouds, son. That sounds like quite something. I'll better stock the hold. I bet they're coming this way. You know what? You should join them. Come see me too. You don't have any excuse since you're out of a job. It would be a nice change from the few stray travelers that would come by. The other day, another climber got stuck at Weeping Rock Pass. I had to go fetch them. If only you could have seen them stupid enough to eat hay, as they say around here. Okay, so I'll be waiting for you. I'm finally leaving. I'm so happy I couldn't sleep a wink at the old Harper Master office, and no caught my eye. It sounded like poetry expedition to the clouds, seeking hope and water. Join us at 12 Octave Becca Arlo Farm. Highlight the journeys begin. After spending so long marinating, trying to find meaning in life, it do my good to see the world. As Em would say, hopefully we'll be stopping by her hut. Just the thought of seeing her again is enough to tell me I'm making the right decision. With any luck, there'll be other adventurers leaving from Lowtide. I don't want to make my way to the meeting point with the rest of the expedition all by myself. The only time I ever left here was for the Harvest Festival when it was just a small fight, so an expedition sounds like no small matter, though. um, I know my parents have forgotten about them. What am I going to tell them? Hey folks, I'm off on an adventure. See you around only if I make it back alive, of course. Bionica, dear, don't forget to bring snacks, and better not say anything. I should bring snacks. What else? What do people know we're taking on this type of trip? One thing for sure, what a journey without a logbook. I've got it covered. I plan to make like the expedition that set off for the salt plain in search of springs. I'm going to scatter my journal trees along the way for anyone who might come after us, starting with this message. Farrell, my lighthouse, are welcomed me with wonder and have kept me company as I've pondered too much. You've always been there for me. I'm leaving you to the wave beaks who will watch over you from the sky, and to watch over this message I'm leaving on my bench, leaving one of my creations. Ugh. Mo for help, but it's no use. The door won't budge. There's no way of knowing know how its own mechanism works. Does it have anything to do with the lost ocean? Mo isn't much of a handyman either, but you'd think we wouldn't been able to figure it out between the two of us. We had to wait anchor a date, he said. It's true, he did seem rather dressed up to tinker around, rather performed too. None of this answered my questions. I explored you from deck to hold, and I'm no further along than when I started. I still don't know what you could have been used for. My lighthouse, your paintings seem to due to water falling from the sky, but that's pretty vague. Now, what am I supposed to do? far from here. Oh, up. Nothing out there. So I wanted to check. I'll be back. Stone sails, carabiners, fish hooks, siren shells, to give away or swap for provisions, repairs, mending, nets, harness, bubble stitch, siren stitch, any type of knitting. Ask for no. Lost my down, shiny and round. It's not valuable, but I'm sad it's gone. Reward cake. Job 1, housework and pebble setting. Choco setting and babysitting, accepting all vertical work, renovating, decorating, and drywalling. Volunteer 1 for expedition to the clouds, seek hope and water. Seeking hope and water, join us at 12 Octave, Becca and Arlo Farm. How you feel to journey together. Beware of Hope Street, each streak. Pedal shuttle service to Froma Oasis can bring small bundles, letters, packages, no animals. That takes me there. Auntie Ida, you have to talk to them. I want to go on an expedition too to the desert. Everyone's always saying says I'm too young. I don't care. Neil's going. He's only a bit bigger than me. Plus, he's mean. I have to stay at the port gathering stinky old seaweed and do my homework. I bet cleaning the canals with you would be more fun. I have to see what else is out there, but my parents never want to let me leave the village. Can talk to them, please? Oh, D, believe me, sweetie, you wouldn't have much fun scraping the pipes of the Great Basin, that's for sure. You won't like what I'm about to say, but be patient. You have plenty of time to grow. We'll be sailing off to the plains soon enough. I'm sorry to have to tell you this, though, but we have no choice but to go with your parents, so best not to quarrel with them in the meantime. I don't fancy crossing the plain with the 3 scowling faces, your favorite aunt. Oh, that's the way I came up from. Read that. There's many you probably laugh at what I'm about to say, but I wish I were a choco, nothing to do but be round, fluffy, and cute the whole sleep long, no job, no existential crisis about the future. Be more relaxing than going door to door, but someone has to bring those folks water, and I never would have believed it, but I've grown fond of them. Remember old Coco? She said she made me listen to and dust off her shell collection. She's her stuff has a post, but so someone should listen to them once in a while. She said one of the shells almost crumbled to dust. They missed the ocean just like we do. Are things gonna end better with your family? Or are they still upset? No need to tell me if it's too difficult to talk about, but I'm not there. So to support you, but I'm sending waves your way. That Coco, still I admire you. I definitely want to have the patience. Things with my parents are still choppy to let the ocean disappear, but they don't want to understand what happened. We're not responsible. They always say they left for the Cauldron's oasis. They requested the furnace so they came to join some friends of theirs, but spots there are hard to come by. At least things have calmed down for me since they left. I feel as light as can be. Maybe I should go on a trip too. This October, we are celebrating the safe return of Exhibition 34 to the port. The exhibition was led by Corey, who once again braved the horizontal world. We are proud to welcome these children of low tide. We are returning with a priceless treasure back among us. The members of Exhibition 34, descendants of the celebrated hero Iga and I'm, who were the first to venture out onto the Great Plains in search of the lost ocean, walked further than ever before and were finally able to find a new spring after numerous failed expeditions, a fresh start for many villages who've been waiting for their turn since the furnace and forming oasis hit their population limit. A welcome reception will be held next sleep. The collective of former expeditionaries has made its best seaweed pie. Bring your own beverages. Okay. Okay, I gotta climb up, swing into there, then I can climb down. usually just getting low tide from my old lighthouse as an expedition for me. It's hard to believe that this time the adventure was just getting started. At the main meeting point, I found myself waiting with Maddie, a young one from these parts, younger than me anyway. Her parents have already left, but like other people our age, she wanted to stay. I mean, rebels with the older generation leaving the family nest is no easy thing. I don't know Maddie well, but we already have something in common, the wedding running gap between us and our parents. She seemed relieved to see me for once, and I was lost for words, smiling awkward and still right from the exertion of getting there, my back all undone and my hair sticking up every which way. Probably nice once Bianca is not socially awkward at all, but I was just as relieved as she was to know I wouldn't be setting sail alone. To my surprise, old Sal joined us too. I don't think we exchanged a single word for now. Well, an old schooner like he'll be able to keep up ever since I was little. Sol's always been the old hermit who's lived up on high. He used to scare me. He would come down to the port sometime like a spider sliding down a silk thread. The other kids and I would have fun, running and screaming at the sight of him. Even now, my knees started quaking as I saw him lumbering towards me. We set off as a group of three since no one else came to join our crew. I soon realized I'd been worried for nothing. So leads the way, an odd figure with nimble feet who climbs the cliffs with amazing ease. Matt followed behind, brimming with energy. Suddenly I feel like the old one. Ah, okay, I need action. Okay, go over there. Farming, but I noticed I stopped receiving my newspaper. Is there anything I should do? Could this be an oversight on your part? While I'm at it, I should mention that I've really enjoyed your article on the Choco Show. As you know, there isn't enough water left for the postal relays to function. Two pebbles available to deliver the paper in good condition. Because of this, the Voice of the Ravens team has decided to cease publication, although our desire to inform our readers is stronger than ever. We haven't yet decided on what form our daily paper will take in light of this new situation. Thanks for your feedback on the show. I've always enjoyed covering that event. Let's hope we get an opportunity to discuss it again one day when there's no water. Everything seems so fragile, doesn't it? I've never seen so many people come down from the heights, and some are stepping in low tide. Maybe my situation's not so hopeless after all. The ocean provides for a patient heart, as my mother used to say. Maybe I'll finally manage to meet someone. It's been slim pickings here. Apart from old Yon, maybe he makes my heart flutter lip with his dimples, callous hands, and that plaid shirt he always wears. I'm the baker. I hope you're joking. I can never tell when you're pulling my leg. I know I'm leaving the tower too. Sorry, Bass. I don't know how else to tell you. I wish we could flip our banners together like we used to before running aground on the old pier. I wish I could convince you to come with me, but that's how it is. I'm growing up with the neighboring village. They found me a spot on one of their pebbles. We'll see each other again somewhere down on the plain, won't we? Don't be angry with me. I'll miss your letters. This is an adventure already. I mean, fine, we're only just gotten started, but we still haven't strayed off the beaten path. But for me, this is huge. I can't wipe the smile off my face. I think I needed this to feel the rocks on my hands, to experience something out of the ordinary, to move. I'm getting to know my companions better though our chit-chat mainly revolves around which route to take to join the expedition. Many and so are already getting along like a house on fire. They can probably hear us laughing all the way down on the salt plain. By embarking on this journey, Sol wants to try to return to the world of yesterday. Medi wants to save the world of tomorrow. As for me, if I can just make it to the meeting point in life, I'll be happy. I never dared to leave home before now, but leave for real without my parents, but I dreamed about it, have incredible adventures, finding a new port to call home, anywhere but low tide. Never really felt like I belonged there. Maybe I didn't try hard enough. Spent much too time dreaming of far off places, but what is there to throw me back into low tides apart from empty houses and questions without answers? It's high time to give something else a try. For me and Met, climbing usually something we can do when we have no other choice. To say we hesitate each time we have to launch ourselves into the open air with only our ropes securing us is an understatement, but we encourage and belay each other. For Sol, it's a different story. He set the route with incredible ease. He told us about how he used to climb as a kid, gather seaweed with his parents. Hours before the Jusant, another era. Since then, he's seen the drought slowly transform the tower into a desert. So reminds me of the sailors from the stories you sometimes hear, the ones who can't get used to the inertia of the tower after spending their entire lives on the waves. Sol himself is definitely ungainly when it comes to walking, which terrified us as a kid. But when he climbs, he's as nimble as the sword I tried to carve. Huh. Yeah. Be right back. I gotta let the other dog out. We did. I'm completely wrung out, but we made it in time to join the expedition. There weren't many of us, but there's barely a handful. Look how picky the poor thing is. She's shaking like a sewing machine. I felt so far from home, but home was more encouraging than mocking. My efforts have been acknowledged and appreciated. I was too out of breath to reply, but a new emotion rose up inside me. I was proud to have made it this far. Still doubled over from the exertion. I looked around at the others. Everyone there had left everything behind to be there. They had a fire in their eyes, a desire to change things, and I was part of it. It's all it took to fill me with fresh energy. Arlo and Becca welcomed us to their sun-scorched farm with open arms. They were emotional and the mood was solemn. They're the last farmers left in these parts, and they're the ones who put together this expedition. They spent their entire lives trying to and failing to fight the drought. Nothing grows on the cliffs anymore. In their own funny sounding words, not one measly plant grows in these here fields no more. I hope I'm not reproducing the Highfield dialect too badly. The Becca told us about their wild scheme setting off for the clouds to find water in the sky. At her words, a murmur rose up from the group. There was talk of how feasible the plan was and how best to go about it, which routes to take and which sections to avoid. Arlo and Becca went to find ballast, as they called lower down, enormous creatures made of water that are said to live in the clouds. Ballast only exists in sleep stories for children. Well, that's what I always thought before embarking on this venture. There are Arlo and Becca last told, and I'm starting to believe in them too. We may have a chance to save the tower. It's up to us to seize it. A ballast. So that's what you are. This memorable dissolution, it makes no sense to be leaving the tower like the drought's going to fix itself while we're gone, leaving our parents' fields empty to crowd around a watering hole right in the middle of the great plain. What then? When your oasis dries up, where will go then? I don't think this is how we're going to solve the problem. There are other options if you ask me. What do they say about ballast? They carved into the walls wherever you look. Gab's even seen some in the old paintings. There's talk of them here, that's for sure. Plenty of folks even say the blasts are the ones who stole our water. We should make sure of that, shouldn't we? We should go up to them clouds to find out. It might be a solution up in those parts. Might not be, but there ain't no down on your plane, that's all I'm saying. Come on, Arlo, you can't be serious. Cloud giants, really? Those are nothing but a bunch of tall tales. Common sense tells us to go with the flow, and the flow is going downward. We're been assigned a spring, yes. It's in the middle of the plain, but it's our last hope. Our future would be nice if their folks could see that. This way, where am I supposed to go? Alright. Oh, this must be the restaurant. Closed permanently or until the sun decides to start moving again. That was the last meal. Alright. There are so many people climbing down from the heights. I feel like a fish swimming upstream, like in the stories before the Jusant. We rose and fell with the tides. I remember hearing the old schooner describe enormous waves, ones that drove people upwards with each tide. They'd never seen the ocean themselves. They were just repeating what they heard from their elders. Why they themselves were young, but there must have been a grain of truth to those stories, right? The ocean nourished the cliffs, and in return, the cliffs nourished the entire tower. In a way, the inhabitants of low tide set enough stores in them to set off in search of the ocean. I wavered too. Should we try to hook the lost water in a way? Yes, but not by going with the flow. I have the answer now. Thanks to Arlo and Becca, we need to go back to the source. We shared our shady spot with a man named Zoe. He was on his way down to the plane and tried to convince us to go with him. Why stay? He didn't understand why we wouldn't go. You won't get nothing out of these fields no more. The earth ain't worth blessed things. He grabbed a fistful of dust and held it up as proof. Zoe continued on his way while we prolonged our break, dreading him to go out into the blazing sun. I refused to believe him. Ever since we set off, I feel like I'm rediscovering the tower like I never truly looked at it or listened to it before. My perspective changing the higher up we go. I'm sure we're on the right track. Okay. To the person who left the caramel bun in the canteen, I ate it. Sorry, not sorry. There's no one around anymore anyway. Case. Sorry, not sorry. I'm gonna have to go down, it looks like. So what's new? Any work for us? Orders are drying up in business. That the rope work is far too slow for my liking. I'm starting to get bored. I brushed up on all my mods and I've done the counting I've been putting off for cycles, and ULF dusted all the machines, but now we're stuck twiddling our thumbs. We're not very good at doing nothing. Nice to know there's still some left on the souter. Sato went with the flow just like everyone else. I don't really see what they're expecting to find in the desert. It's not like the sun's going to budge any more than there and it does here. No need for new ropes, but you're welcome to come by whenever you like. You'll soon get used to doing nothing. You'll see. It suits us anyway. We have more time for each other, kids. Braille is an issue 21, 7 octave and 6 and 3 6 after the Jusant editorial. Brown on black fur, pig ears prone to both nervousness and laziness. There's nothing more common than a choco. Too dull and unremarkable for a special issue, right? Wrong. In this issue of the Gazette, we do our best to make the ordinary extraordinary. Starting with the most unobtrusive of the beings, chocos. These members are useful toys, bipeds in two key ways. They lay eggs and line their nests with fur, providing delicious meals and dense balls of wool. Note the other way around. Raising them is no easy task, however, chocos escape artists through our actions or rather inactions. They're taking to nests all over the tower, though they are native to the high field regions. Did you know chocos work together to incubate their sparkling eggs and watch over their young? Some would argue that taking turns making for better naps, but taking a closer look at what's in their nests and you may be in for a surprise. Chocos love to sit on anything that shines. Huh. So they sit on anything that shines, Now I gotta go up, down. Nothing on that side, nothing on that side. Duh. Listen to your heart and follow your instincts, so I can tell you. Go if you must. I won't be going with you. My roots are here. I'm old man. All I want is want to stay on my land at peace with the world around me. Farewell. I wish you all the best. I'll go to the old tree for as long as I can, and I'll cherish your memories. My most prized possession. I'll be sad, but knowing you're out there somewhere will comfort me. A tiny planet growing in the desert. Oh, Grandpa, I'm going to be sad too. I already am. Mama says we'll come back when the sun wills it, but I don't believe it. The sun doesn't will it, cause if it did, we wouldn't be stuffing everything in the house into flour sacks. I heard the water in the desert steams and is stinky. That's what Tommy says. She's already been there to make sure there was room for her animals, and she's going back with us. Unky says if you change your mind, you know where to find us. He doesn't want to write to you. He says you made Mama mad and that I shouldn't be writing this. I love you and I don't want to go, but I'm going. Say bye, Grandpa Ease. And I go. Warning, this channel intro will definitely be too long, but I have so much to say. I got to see Emmy again. I'm so glad I got to drop anchor at her hut. We've been up for the last time in the blink of an eye. I almost capsized when I heard her laugh again. I missed it that much. She started by grumbling about something before shrugging and changing the subject. Just like old times, I found myself chattering endlessly. Words flooded out of me. I told her everything from my parents getting ready to pack up, go to our theories about water and the clouds. Everything got all jumbled up and could tell my chatter made no sense, but she nodded as though she's never heard of anything more profound. It was about then that I realized the whole team has gawking at us with round fish eyes. Oops, how long had I been standing there talking to Emmy or inviting them? I hadn't even set my pack down yet. It was so awkward. Emmy gave me a frown and barked orders at the assembled group. There was hard track to prepare for everyone at the hut and mattress to air out, plus the salt. The wind had blown into the corners. Everyone sprang up and got to work without another word. Emmy's wanted of cookie, that's for sure. Plus, she was armed with a wooden spoon that she was brandishing wildly. A pot was soon set to heat in the sun, while so swept the floor and Arlo scraped the plates. Emmy gave me a wink and I laughed harder than I had in ages. Later on, with our stomachs full and feet bandaged, Em told us the stories she heard from travelers who stopped by her hut. One of them grabbed my attention, the legend of the paper musician of old. He was said to travel from region to region with food to make it rain. I never heard tales of it back home, but Arlo and Becca had where they're from. They said he celebrated the rain arrival rather than making it rain. When it comes to water, then it's the paper. I'm waiting to keep my hands occupied, but I can't settle down as though I'm staying busy while delay our departure. I've overwhelmed all my hopes and checked on my pack. I brought way too many things aboard in this heat. Besides, maybe I don't need these 3 teapots or my favorite flower pots after all. I couldn't just leave them behind, but I know I can't go on like this. I'm entrusting them to you, Emmy. I hope they bring you as much comfort as they brought me. I hope to see you again one day. I'm your crewmate, always Bianca. We know each other, our parents know each other. I see your suffering. We're doing our best to divide the little water we have left here. Seeing as the largest farms have been given priority, they use the most water since they feed the most people. I agree with what you say about needing to change the way we do things. We can't go on like this. It's not sustainable for you. You don't stand a chance compared to the big guys. We should convince them to share, pull our resources. Do you think that's possible? I'm not sending you water, but I'm sending you courage, Joe. Now, in bother planting anything, what's the use? It breaks my heart to see the crops dying on the vines, one by one, and being powerless to stop it. I've fought the song long enough. I'd rather quit now than break my back for nothing. I don't know what I'm going to do. Leave the farm, probably finally pay you a visit, maybe. Is the little one already climbing to think that I still haven't met her yet? Maybe throwing in the towel isn't such a bad thing after all. Oh no, I'm sorry what of a situation in, but yes, come for a visit. We're going to make room. The little one just started preschool. Can you believe it? She's growing so fast. She's incredible. You'll see with each passing sleep she'll learn something new when I'm with her. I feel like I'm rediscovering the world around me. She gives me hope. I should warn you though, she can be a handful. Uh, Hey, Ons, you have seen the latest post, the one that says to eat more salt to quench your thirst together. Let's save water. Salt's your food. Water saved today is water drunk tomorrow. It's made me think of you taking it too far. We're supposed to drink less wells. They use up all the water in the Great Basin to water those unscorched fields of theirs. Yeah, I saw every little bit counts, honestly. Have they got no shame? It's always the same with them, but it sure is working out. Helpful or the star. I've never seen so many customers, even though most of the villagers are already banned. I'm running low on pickleweed, health, aerosol, and rock salt. I'm even out of plain flakes, though they're pretty bland and not what I recommend at this rate. I'm gonna have to start selling my personal stash, and my controller died. Don't tell me both my batteries are dead. Look at me. I forgot I had this. Alright, let's continue. Well, we're leaving the tower. The village has been given a day. I can't quite believe it. I still think about our dance. The last festival already seems so long ago. It was so nice to forget about all this for a sleep. I didn't realize it was at the time, but I think at some point I'd given up. But then your laughter, the dizziness after that long waltz, the way you stepped on my feet, the way your cheeks go pink. I don't know how to ask you this, but want to come with me? Journey through life on the same pebble? I'm sorry. I know it's short notice, but now I care enough to be afraid. Afraid of what I could miss out on if I don't send you this cake. Here. Alright, let's go this way first. How do you get stuck? Logbook 12 octave and 3/4 after the. I already read that. Put down. No. You know what? Raising pebbles was fun until I started doing it for a living. I think I lost my way. You know me. I was only thinking ahead when I took over the old farm. I couldn't just abandon the pebbles my parents cared for all their lives. Sure, I never dreamed of delivering the mail, but it kept the animals fed and my debts paid. I kept my noggin above water like they said around your parts, but since the village has been uprooted, it's been so hard. Too few people on the cliff and too much distance to cover. I'm wearing myself and my animals out, and I'm getting nothing but crumbs. I can't go on like this. I remember when we first met, that seemed so long ago now. I'd Run away from the farm. Remember how mad my dad was? That was quite something, but I just couldn't deal with the sun anymore. Now look where I've ended up. I missed our belly laughs. I even missed the tunnels. Tell me thanks for your letter. Things aren't any better here. I made zero progress on my mendings. I spent ages working on this hideous piece of embroidery because I'd rather watch rocks erode. Were you able to sort through your parents' stuff like you wanted? The poor things never got to enjoy them. All they did was work. Is that what'll happen to us too? We could both decide to opt out. The world would keep on running. We'll keep on not turning. You get the idea. I don't get what the deal is with parents in the oceans. All they talk about, we have to explore the Great Plain, go further across the ocean. Oceanic richness, find the ocean, blah blah blah. Fine, set sail for the desert for one, but why should I have to come along too? They're getting on my nerves. Honest, I'm kind of scared. I bet they'll get dizzy walking horizontally. Nope, no thanks. Not for me. So that's it, Nil. You're leaving? I wouldn't mind going off on an expedition instead of marinating in this old place that's so boring here. You have no idea. I can't take it anymore. If I have to roast, at least let me roast in the desert where things are happening. Plus, what if you find a spring? You'd be famous. The other sleep Rose asked me to tell him a bedtime story. He's getting to be a big boy now, but I love it when I can still pretend he's little. I decided to tell him the tale of the long rain. I told him about the overflown canals, high-tide, the logs, and so on, but eventually he stopped me because he didn't understand. He didn't know what rain was. I'm starting to doubt myself. We both agree that it's not just some tale our elders made up, but it did exist, right? Yeah, I think it did, yeah, to be honest. See where your kid's coming from. Well, water falling from the sky does sound pretty odd. I wouldn't be surprised if the old folks had made it all the way all up and are having a good laugh at us up there. Yeah, that was everything, I think. Mm-hmm. Oh, wait. Alright. I'm gonna end it here. I'll see you guys later. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream.